Leo, hi, welcome to mid-March. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you are well. Okay, so before we start throwing cards, let's talk about the astrology. And before we get into that, details of where to book a reading, make a donation to the channel, which is so greatly appreciated, in the description box. Leave me a comment, hit the subscribe button, guys, come on. Okay, so on the 18th is a full moon in the sign of Virgo, which is kind of like a really pragmatic day to put plans onto paper. Like, if you're really about something now, if you're really committing to it, if you're really going to do it, put it on paper, make a contract with the universe, and that's it. It's now set it off into the ethers and let it be. On the 20th is this fiery new beginning. So this is a day with a lot of fire energy, which is really, really good for you. It's the 20th. It's the sun entering the sign of Aries. It's also the spring equinox and the astrological new year. This is a really good period for you, Aries season, because that fire element really does charge you up. And if you've been feeling a bit lackluster, but you can feel the energy building up throughout Pisces season, this is now the time, okay, Leo? It's now the time. 27th, Mercury enters the sign of Aries. Communication gets super fiery, but it's good to break down certain boundaries and barriers, things that needed to be said for a long time. I think you'll feel a lot more confident in just expressing yourself really open, really honest, really truthfully. On the 31st is the new moon in the sign of Aries as we begin the new astrological cycle. So this is technically, for a lot of people, the new year. Use this full moon to set up some New Year's resolutions and really think about where it is that you want to go now moving forward with 2022 and how you want to spend the rest of the year. Just decide how you want it to be and stick to that. On the 31st, the new moon in Aries, it also gives you a really good opportunity to kind of just have a little bit more confidence and passion and enthusiasm about where you're at as well as where you're going, okay? I think there's a lot of commitments that you might decide to finally make, Leo. And I think it all begins with you. I think when we find resistance in our life, somewhere our internal being is kind of screaming at us. And you have to kind of listen to that. And so I think Aries season is going to be really strong for you, only because it's going to help you really get into your element. And then once you're in your element, you feel a lot more confident. And then when you're confident, you know you got this, boo. You know you got this. Take a deep breath in for me. Oh, Leo. We got this, don't worry. We got this. Okay, for mid-March, there is Yum, the Queen of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Chariot card of Cancer. So, Leo, you are feeling really confident about this win. I feel like it's been quite a progressive battle, but you've kind of come to the end of it now, and finally you're moving on. Cancer energy, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries energy predominant here. You are making some sort of move. It could be moving home. It could be traveling overseas. It is a predominant move. It's about you really kind of going with the flow of things and letting things happen, but more so really going with the good and bad and accepting it for what it is. It's just part of the grand tapestry, right? So you're moving forward, and there's a lot of initiative and a lot of initiation energy to this, and it may feel like an emotional new beginning. Mid-March sees you in your confidence, and I feel like this battle that you've been winning slowly but surely means that, yeah, you're moving on. That's the Eight of Cups. This is an emotional, in search of something more emotionally fulfilling. Leo. And there are so many times in our life where we kind of come to what we feel like is a pinnacle when it actually is a bit of a plateau. And when we're there a little bit longer than we're supposed to be, we can almost like spook ourselves out. And so I think you may have felt like there was a waiting period. And what that period was really more so, it was about a gestation, right? And now you're kind of ready to move on. And I do feel like this Virgo full moon has a lot of very supportive energy because it's really asking you to listen to your inner guidance, like the inner truest wisdom. It kind of wants to understand, emotionally speaking, where it is that you know that there is so much more out there that can be fulfilling to you. The Emperor Aries energy. Wow. I feel like you move into Aries season with a lot more authority and a lot more charge and a lot more direction and focus. And I do feel like this is going to happen once you truly decide to believe in your magic. And an emotional decision to move forward for what's more emotionally fulfilling takes a lot of courage, right, Leo? And sometimes these journeys mean that we're not actually going anywhere. And sometimes they do. But what I guess this energy, this Emperor energy, this Mars in Aquarius energy is saying is that there's a need for you to think outside of the box with a situation. And you might be able to take it in a brand new direction if you're gonna be authoritative about it. If you're going to really, you know, be in charge. The 9 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. So I feel like, Leo, there's kind of nowhere you can go with the stress of a situation. And rock bottom is great in a sense that it really pushes you to find yourself, to get back to the top again. It's a work in progress, and Rome wasn't built in a day. But what really now needs to be considered as the end of something that has given you the opportunity for rebirth. Now, what you choose to do with that rebirth and how you choose to show up in this new bit is entirely your call. But to drag out something that you know is laborious and quite stressful and frankly just not the right place to be is a decision also. Okay? And if it is one that leads to a lot more self-doubt, then kind of find your way out of that dark night of the soul by just really being fully present in the moment, and understanding that there is an authority that you hold over yourself that no one ever has over you. The Page of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. I feel like there's going to be a really nice breath of new fresh air when it comes to a work situation. I feel like you get the opportunity to get really creative about work, really get in the zone about work, and really kind of pour a lot more of your attention into your work. I do feel like opportunities are going to show up that might feel small or they might feel humble, but I think they're humble because they give you an opportunity to work with them, and that is your element, that is the one. So it is something that is creative, and it is something that you can turn into a bigger flame. Okay? Turn a flame to a fire. Ooh, I like that. That's the title. That's the motto for mid-March. Turning a flame into a turning a flame into a fire. Let's get a closing out message for Leo for the month of, for mid-March even. Closing out message for the sign of Leo. That is the four of Swords, and the bottom of the deck was the 3 of Swords. Okay, so Leo, I guess the best thing to say right now is I think you need some rest. Like some real deep soul rest. It feels like your heart is tired. And swords represent thoughts. And with all of this in your head energy, it's probably a good idea to get out of your head and into your heart, right? So start making some decisions from the heart space, especially when it comes to moving in directions of what feels more emotionally fulfilling, for you at least. Use this heartache energy, try and transmute it, and try and convert the fear into a higher level of consciousness just by seeing where it is that you really need to do some more inner work. Just in regards to like traumas or, you know, negative thoughts that are stagnating that you might be holding in your body. Okay? You are overcoming a lot of battles, Leo. Give yourself that much, alright? Get out of your head. There is a real blessing when it comes to you being able to move forward confidently. And I do like the pairing of the Queen of Wands and the Emperor, because it almost does feel like someone's got your back. And it is this very strong masculine energy, or it could even be the feminine energy. And it's about you making a progressive movement forward, but really kind of rejuvenating this energy before the sun hits Aries, right? So try and use mid-March to just kind of relax and clear out certain trauma, I think. Clean it up, especially if it pertains to heartache. And a lot of that's going to happen, a lot of that healing might happen through rest and sleep. Okay, Leo, I think that's all I have for you. If you enjoyed the reading, hit the smash button, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment. I love it when you do that. All of my love to you. Mwah. Take it easy, guys. Bye.